Hello out there in YouTube land. I was looking at some stuff today and came up with a really good idea for a video. I found that I had put this on my bed, not my bed, but on my couch, and hadn't put it up yet. I did an unboxing on this a while ago. It is a movie poster for The Lost Boys that I had framed, and it made me think of the two movies that came out in 1987 that were vampire movies. Okay, you had The Lost Boys and you had Near Dark. Both of these movies are fan favorites. Both of these are incredible movies. I'd even say cult films, which is kind of weird because you have two of those coming out in the same year of the same genre. So I'm going to try and compare and contrast these two movies, because while they are both the same type of movie, vampire movies, they are quite different. Excuse me. I'm kind of sick today. And you can probably tell which one I'm a little bit more favored to. Now, I'm going to give you a slight breakdown of each movie and who's in it. You have The Lost Boys, one of my favorite movies ever, directed by Joel Schumacher, pre-Batman and Robin. So back when I admired him as a director, he took over from Richard Donner, who went to direct The Lost Boys. Lethal Weapon. As the name states, The Lost Boys is kind of a reference to Peter Pan and the Lost Boys. So these were supposed to be like younger vampires. Supposed to be more of a kid-friendly type vampire thing. Basically, with Richard Donner, Goonies vampires. Joel Schumacher took over, said, "Hey, let's age these people up," and yet he decided to keep the title. So you have Joel Schumacher directing. You have Kiefer Sutherland as David, the main protagonist vampire. God, he's good. And I was looking for the shirt with David on it, but I couldn't find it. You have Jason Patric as Michael, the older of the two brothers, and his name is mentioned on average about like once every 30 seconds in the movie, depending on, more than any other word or name in the movie. You have Corey Haim as the younger brother. You have Corey Feldman as Edgar Frog. And this is the first movie that pairs the two Edgars together. Sets a long trend of having those together. And then you have Jamie Gertz as Star. To this day, I still have a crush on that woman. She is absolutely gorgeous. So, it's basically these two brothers and their mother, Diane Wiest, move from Arizona to Santa Clara, fictional city in California, the murder capital of the world, after she gets a divorce. And shit ensues. David I'm sorry, Michael sees Star while they're out with the oiled up saxophone dude, and watching, oiled up saxophone dude, and it leads them to dealing with David and his other people, and yada yada yada. Stuff ensues, and it's a great movie. Funny, action oriented. Okay? Now, you also have Near Dark. This is directed by Kathryn Bigelow. Kathryn Bigelow, you may or may not have heard of some of her other stuff. She won an Oscar for The Hurt Locker. And she is also the ex-wife of the giant nozzle, former great director, now just giant nozzle, James Cameron. This movie is Near Dark. Now, here's the connection. I mentioned the fact that she is James Cameron's ex-wife just for kind of a reason. See if you follow these names here. You have Bill Paxton as Seven, one of the vampires. You have, what is his name? Oh my God! I went through. I got all these pictures before I did this. It is the guy. His name is Jesse in the movie. Lance Hendrickson. Lance Hendrickson. His name is Jesse in the movie. And you have Jenny Goldsmith, who plays Diamondback. Now, if you don't know who any of these three people are, Bill Paxton, Aliens, Predator. Predator, but that wasn't a James Cameron movie. Aliens and Terminator. Aliens, he was the Marine. That's it, man. That's it. Game over. All right. Bishop was played by Lance Hendrickson. He was the android. Jenny Goldsmith was, I think her name was Vasquez in Terminator, that really hardcore female Marine. So, you have the director of this movie, who's used to be married to James Cameron. I don't want to say poaching, but using some of his biggest stars for her movie. Now, you have, and I'm going to put these pictures up here in a second. I don't remember the people's names. So the basic premise of this movie is you have dude who is a cowboy, and he goes into town with his friends and sees this really pretty girl, right? Who hasn't done that? Who hasn't gone into town, seen somebody they find attractive and trying to pick him up? Well, the problem is this girl is a vampire. And she's kind of a reluctant one. So she bites him, and he is stuck with him. So you have, she takes him back to this mobile home, this, RV, with Jesse, who's played by Lance Hendrickson, who fought for the South and they lost. You have Diamondback, his wife, played by Vasquez, and then you have Bill Paxton, who is the batshit crazy one of the group, which says something. All right, of all these groups, and so he has to try and deal with this stuff and get out. Police are following him and all that stuff. So these are the breakdown of the two movies. There is a really big difference between these two movies. Alright? And I'm going to try and break this down and let you know. So you have, both of them are horror. One of them is meant more for laughs. One of them is meant more for horror. Now, The Lost Boys, that is, that is a horror movie. But it's a light-hearted horror movie, okay? It's, you have two brothers who are stuck into it, and, my brother, he's turned into a blood-sucking, shit-sucking vampire. It's more of a teen thing. It's meant to be kind of scary and funny. Excuse me, because I don't think Joel Schumacher actually does scary. So it's more funny and more entertaining, but also scary. Catherine Bigelow is more of a serious director. Near Dark is a vampire western. It is more serious. You have, there's, more danger in this one than, the danger is more serious in this one than you would in The Lost Boys. Now, I'm not saying, there's more or less danger in each one. No. I think there might be a little bit more danger in Near Dark because the danger in Near Dark is more pronounced. Because, shit's getting real in that thing. Because, if Caleb, I think the character's name is, doesn't start doing what he's supposed to do, he gonna die. And you aren't quite sure if he's gonna get out of that stuff. While in The Lost Boys, you're kind of fairly sure that, shit's gonna turn out right. When I remember as in 1987, I rode my bike like 10 miles one way to go see that movie on a Friday night, Lost Boys, and enjoyed the hell out of it. And I just loved it. Death by stereo. And I've been a fan ever since. I'm not quite sure that I saw Near Dark in the theater, and I kind of regret that now. But it's grown on me over the years. And I really think they're fairly equal. They're equal in quality. They're both very good movies. But you really can't sit there and say they're the same because one is comedy-ish and one is more horror. Now, if I'm going to sit here and if I have the two sitting here in my hands, and I'm going to pick Lost Boys over Near Dark just about any day. Unless I'm feeling really dark, then I'm going to go for Near Dark. But here's the thing. Lost Boys is funny. It's got some creepy moments because Kiefer Sutherland can play a creepy bastard. And he does a really good job. And of course it has Ted from Bill and Ted in it. And it's the progenitor of the two horror movies. How could you not like that? Near Dark has Bill Paxton being Bill Paxton, doing his just bat shit crazy role and just covered in blood, going, "All right, I'm gonna be nuts." Come on, how can you not like that? Especially with horror and being crazy. So depending on your mood, but I'm going to give. All right, this is how close it is. I'm gonna give The Last Place a 4.5. I'm gonna give Near Dark a 4.25. And depending on my mood, depending on what's going on, either one of them, I'll slip either one of them in depending on what mood I'm in. Alright, so have you seen these movies? Let me know what you think, and let me know if you think I'm right or wrong.